And then
There we
that's
are.
it, that's it. Because it's going through the laptop.
There we are. As I say, people, sorry about that. A few technical difficulties. New laptop, new devices. As I say, just getting prepared for the summer and the new events ahead. Thanks for joining me this Sunday morning. As it says on my cup, always look on the bright side of life. And that's what I do. Well, folks, how you all been doing? What you all been up to? Roger, happy days, man. It's a very good afternoon. This morning it was quite rainy and miserable. At 5 o'clock this morning, I was up at 5 o'clock. The rain started belting down. I think it's going to, but it looks at it there, it's going to be quite cloudy and rainy today, to be honest with you. Yep. Do you see? Afternoon to you. How you all doing? What you've all been up to? So, what, as I say, what you've been all doing over the last few days, and stuff like that. I've been busy. I've been through in Edinburgh, doing a wee bit of kind of filming and kind of stuff like that about the Luke Mitchell case, and getting up to date and refreshing all new material what's coming on, and just getting all put together, because we will be going back in and looking and kind of discussing about that case, but that's for a couple of months ahead. As I say, I thought I'd just go on today just to catch up with everybody and see everybody's opinion on the fight last night. Josh Taylor out in America trying to hit big goals, big aims. Unfortunately, you know what I mean, it wasn't for him this time round. Will it be there? Do you think you'll get a rematch, or what do you think will happen? Then you've got the other fight, the Decca and Robbie. As I say, when you get into these kind of sports, you've got to understand that there's going to be rules and regulation, and they've got to promote these fights. You know what I mean? My take on the fight with Josh Taylor, I think Josh should have won that. To be honest with you, I think he should have won that in points. No bother at all. And don't get me wrong, a wee guy, he's quite quick on his feet, quick step. As I say, it was just sad to see Josh, you know what I mean? But as I say, I'm sure the boy will bounce back and get involved and get back training, get into his camp and start all over again and try and chase that belt. Yeah, as I say, what fight are you going to watch? Detective in Scotland, the Decca Heggie one, or as I say, the Josh Taylor? See, because of this channel, Gloves Up, Drugs Down, I like to kind of promote boxing, and as I say, that's how I'm giving my opinion on these fights. As I say, it's what the channel's all about. It's about getting people into, as I say, choosing another life, trying to make paths and dreams, and getting on with their life for the future. You know what I mean? As I say, we all don't agree or anything like that on some platforms and some others, but at the end of the day, who we here to judge? We can't judge. And yeah, what did you think of the Decca fight, Detective? What do you think of that fight? Do you think it was a fair fight, or do you think everything kind of went a wee bit smoothly? You know what I mean? My total opinion, as I say, it takes a set of boys to get into that ring. You know what I mean? And do that kind of fighting. There should have been more blood spilt in my eyes, and there should have been more, like, as I say, fighting each other and kind of stuff like that. I believe when you get into these kind of fights, you've got that anger and that determination or whatever, then you're going to need to show it on the day. You know what I mean? But as I say, Robbie, he went in there and he gave it all his best and he done it. You know what I mean? So you've got to take your hat off to the boy. You know what I mean? He went out there, he done it, and you can't moan. You know what I mean? The boy tried. You know what I mean? He admits it himself. You know what I mean? That he was up against a big, powerful guy. You know what I mean? Which we all know. As I say, I've seen it on YouTube. You know what I mean? About all these fights. You know what I mean? And as I say, it's just the way they conduct it. You know what I mean? It could have been done better. You know what I mean? As I say, it's bare knuckle street balls or whatever it's called. I don't know. But to be honest, yeah, it wasn't the fight that everybody in YouTube world was looking for, to be honest, yeah. But it still happened. You know what I mean? You're still going to take your hat off to these kind of people. I mean, this fight still happened and it went ahead. Whether people liked it or disagree with it, everybody's got their own opinion. You know what I mean? And that's just the whole party promoting their channels and their platforms and try to get fighters to come on their platforms to show them, you know what I mean? This is what you need to put in, there's what you need to do. And it's just no all YouTube shite. And because there's a lot of that going about now. And people fucking thinking they're bare knuckle boxers and this and that when they've not got a clue what they're doing. You know what I mean? And they go into these rings and they get themselves injured and stuff like that. So it's good to see that somebody's got the balls basically to go and fight a person like that. You know what I mean? We all know he's got a record for fighting and stuff like that. So for that young man to actually get in there and say, well, I'll take the challenge on. You've got to, hi there, pal, how you doing? You've got to take your hat off to him. You know what I mean? He's only a young laddie. You know what I mean? A young laddie, and he's went into that unknown world and didn't really, because he made a kickboxer, I believe. And I don't really know much about him, so I can't really comment. But what I can comment in is what I've seen in the fight. That's all I can comment on. I don't take sides. I don't get involved with it. I just like the sport itself. You know what I mean? And to see people getting into this kind of sport, you know what I mean? It's really good. But to be fair, I do think it was a wee bit withheld because there could have been a lot more damage done. You know what I mean? And the way I mean that is like you've got two fighting men. You know what I mean? One's good at kickboxing, one's good at bare knuckle. Right? And it was a bit, in my eyes, it was a bit kind of pulled back. It wasn't really blood, sweat, and tears, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't know, as I say, if that's because of the promotion side of it or what, but you've got to take your hat off to the person. You know what I mean? For some fact does, they've still made the effort, had the balls and the courage to actually go and do it. You know what I mean? As a day I do these lives and that just to hear other people's opinions and don't get involved in politics or Chinese whispers. I mean, because this channel is all about helping others and what they need to do in life to try and better themselves. I mean, battle through their addiction and their mental health. I mean, and change their lives forever. And that's what I like to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, Josh Taylor last night, you know what I mean? Totally, I'm actually gutted for the guy. You know what I mean? Because there've been a lot of Scottish fighters in the previous years that's actually made it. You know what I mean? But now it's all kind of glamorized on YouTube. You know what I mean? They all want to be YouTube fighters. But you've got to take that at all, because some of the fact is when they're going into do the fighting, these guys are the professional trained athletes, and they're just normal people off the street want to go for a tear up, and it's one way I can stop a lot of beefs from happening, right, and a lot of bullshit, right, but on another side, it gives that person a wee inlet in life to go, right, well, wait a minute, if I can continue with doing this, then maybe I will go somewhere in life, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. It's crazy. I didn't know, that's a good question. I mean, I didn't know the fair play, because I didn't really know. I know Paul Venus is a well-known kickboxing kind of champion, that kind of stuff, and that, So I think there could have been more to, what can I say, get it more going, you know what I mean, more infant in the fight, you know what I mean. I do say a lot was held back, you know what I mean. I don't know whether that was just because of the weight or the size difference, I don't know, but I just felt the two of them gave as good as they got yesterday, and you can't take that away from them, you know what I mean. You can't take that away from them, whether you hate them, whether you like them, that's your opinion. My opinion is only to comment on it. As I say, I've commented on previous fights over the last 2 years of the channel, and it's just good to promote this kind of sport, you know what I mean, and seeing people, like, if you've got a problem, let's go, right, we'll sort it out, but in a sensible manner, you know what I mean, because let's fair, a lot of serious damage could have got done yesterday, you know what I mean, because there've been, I'm not going to beat about the bush, you know what I mean, there's a lot of hatred, you know what I mean, and a lot of people would like to see, you know what I mean, heavy blood getting spilled. And now for Paul and the other fair play man just to stand there and watch it and let it go on with it and follow it through, well, fair play to them, man, you know what I mean. They're only there to fair play a fight, they're not there, you know what I mean, to look after anybody, you know what I mean. They're there to just to make sure everything doesn't go fucking wrong and somebody gets the jail or somebody ends up badly hurt, you know what I mean. But they know what they're doing because they're trained, they're in that profession, fighting, right? We, as people in YouTube, we can sit back here and just comment on it, you know what I mean, and just shout and bawling, you know what I mean, show hatred, and where realistically, you know what I mean, you've got two guys here fighting for a wee bit of respect and to go somewhere in life, and you know, I'm talking about, and it's been proven in past the last 2 years through YouTube that people have made big platforms through YouTube, be going and doing the BKB or whatever they're going to be doing, you know what I mean. So that it's good, you know what I mean. At least they'll know out there fucking terrorising the streets or up the town and battling people and doing this and doing that. They're actually going out there and getting paid. So, you know what I mean, you're going to take your hat after these kind of guys. You know what I mean? They've got hearts of lions, they want to go out there and fight people. That's their game. That's what they want to do. But people like to mock them. I mean, and in my eyes, like, when you fight somebody and after the fight's finished, you shake their hands. You don't continue with the grief and the beef and all that kind of crap. What for? The point's proven. I mean, so you shake your hand, right, mate? Best man won. Let's go. You know what I mean? And that's it. We have a pint together and enjoy it. And at the end of the day, if this is the platforms they want to build, you know what I mean? We'll let them do it. You know what I mean? It's sad, you know what I mean? Because it just gives YouTube a bad name. You know what I mean? Then when you've got real kind of like people that want to kind of build like BKB platforms and other UFC platforms or just something like that, you know what I mean? Then you get the YouTube platforms, you know what I mean? They didn't take it serious enough, you know, and my they didn't take it serious enough. And some maybe say, well, who's he fucking say? And I'm not here to say anything, I'm just here to give you my opinion, you know what I mean, on the fight, you know what I mean, and how the sport is getting looked at, you know what I mean? We're seeing YouTube fighters all the time coming out now, and they actually are good fighters and they're going places. But people like to mock them. I just didn't understand it, you know what I mean? I just didn't understand any at all. You know what I mean? For the simple fact is, they're only there to do a job. I mean, use a time to watch this. You know what I mean? Then once there's a critical moment in the fight, everybody starts moaning about it. You know what I mean? Where what you moan at, you paid to see this fight, you know what I mean? You're going on about it, you're shouting about it, you're bawling about it. So when the people actually go out their way to go and do it, you know what I mean? The next minute it's recard this and recard that. Why? Say I'm done with. You know what I mean? There's no point shouting and bawling about you know what I mean, the fair play man never done this right and this never happened and that never happened. At the end of the day, two men went and had a square go and the best man won. Simple. You know what I mean? But I do say myself, there was a lot withheld, a lot of power and strength withheld within that fight. And whether people want to disagree with me, then that's their opinion. I'm not bothered. I'm only here to state my opinion. I don't know any of them personally. I'm not really bothered about it. I just like watching it. But when I see like a good square go going, stuff like that, then people coming on criticising it and shouting about this and shouting about that, then that's when you go, well, wait a minute, mate. You know what I mean? You're the one that's sitting there. You never done it. You know what I mean? You're sitting there just shouting at a fucking screen, wishing that you could do it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where it's gone wrong. You know what I mean? With the YouTube fighting there. Maybe if they actually got up off their arse and maybe went and done it. And this isn't a dig at anybody personally, you know what I mean? It's just the truth, you know what I mean? Everybody's sitting there shouting and bawling, and I'll do this and I'll do that. But it takes, an Einstein man to go and do it. When you've got grown men out there, and it's claimed to be fighting men all their life. They won't even go and do it. But they'll shout about it, they'll go and do it. But they didn't. I just didn't understand, the fighting world nowadays, the boxing world. It's all kind of gone wrong. You know what I mean? As I say, with Josh Taylor last night, you know what I mean? That wee guy must be hurt, because at the end of the day, man, if you've trained all your life to try and reach achievements and goals in life, then to be taken away from you, it must hurt, to be honest with you. Let's be honest with you, it must hurt, you know what I mean? I just hope the two of them going well after the fight and just, you know what I mean, put it to bed. If they get the rematch, then they get the rematch. And if Decca and Robbie get their rematch, then fair play. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the next fight. And do we think this next fight is going to happen? I personally think, yeah, of course it will happen. You know what I mean? But I say I don't. They both men are fighting men. You know what I mean? So if it didn't happen, well, people will just start shouting and bawling again. So they'll go to put it on. And this is the pressure that folk put themselves in. You know what I mean? They start shouting and bawling about this and shouting and bawling about that. But because at the end of the day, nobody's going to fucking really be interested. You know what I mean? They're just going to sit there and moan at you and complain. You know what I mean? These guys are putting shows on. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. It's sad. And anyway, enough of that. I can't be arsed with it. That was just my wee kind of moan. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. Just sick of seeing it every day on YouTube, man. Same crap, same bullshit. And they're making life out there. You know what I mean? And just talking pish. You know what I mean? And just no doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's sad. It gives the real boxing world a bad name, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is going wrong with the fighting game nowadays, there are a lot of people out there that want to be, I don't know whether they want to be fighting men or legends or heroes and stuff like that, but they didn't really do much about it. You know what I mean? It's just sad. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. You know what I mean? Well done to young Robbie, and as I say, bad news for Josh Taylor. But I'm sure they'll pick themselves up, they'll wipe it off, and they'll go on it, and you'll see them again. It just happens. And it just happens. As I say, it's just a wee Sunday chat, right? I'm just chilling my cup of coffee, looking at the sun, ready to blast at the sky, and hoping that this week is going to be a fantastic week. But we can only wait and see. As I say, what he's all been up to this week, I've been just busy, strolling about, doing what I need to do, get by. making new contacts, speaking to people to come on the channel and taking the channel to another level. And I'm quite obliged for them to come on the channel and start talking about things. As I say, it's just sad that you've got people out there just trying to do something and stick up with people, and you've got other people jumping on the bandwagon and trying to tarnish the message. It's just fucking sad. And if they can't get behind you, then why watch you? I didn't understand that. If people can't actually see the point of view and stuff like that, then why actually, why watch you? And they know that you're trying to help people and you're trying to do this, but they didn't do nothing to come and try and help you do things, and it's just sad. And man, it's just, I leave it. But as I say, that's my opinion, and I'm just getting on with it now and just focusing for the future. Because this summer, I think it's going to be a really good summer, and a really, really good summer. And we get out there and get more things done, for the channel, and speak to more guests. There's a couple, as I said, there are a couple of people ready to come on, and I'll just give them the word kind of thing. But I'm just trying to get the background of the people, so I know when we come on, and what we're talking about, and what we're going to be discussing, and enjoy it, because I like to hear other people's stories in life, and how they overcame their problems and stuff like that, and just kind of, fought on and just never gave up. But suppose that's what you've got to do, innit? You just got to fight on and never give up to get something in life. People will try and put you down. I don't know why they do it, but people will try and put you down in life. And well, to gain their own self-gratification, I don't know. But it's just sad that they can't get behind you and push you that way forward. And as I say, hopefully with the new guest that's coming on in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be very interesting, because they've got hard-hitting stories, and a lot of them kind of, when you look at them and you read their stories and that, and you just didn't understand how they go through it. And it's really, it's fantastic, man. And people like to hate others, but when you actually sit down and speak to them and actually realise what they've done this for, or what happened, or how this happened, that's when you get the bigger picture of the person. And you cut out the bullshit and the lies that you hear, and you start seeing the person for who they really are. That's when, you say, well, wait a minute here, this is just been fabricated. And I'm talking about, and it's the way people live their lives nowadays, man. They're just no interested. They're no interested. They're just out there to hurt others and stuff like that. They're not out there to help anybody. And it's just pure crap. It's just, YouTube's filthy fuck. And let's be honest, it's just went wrong. You've just got channels on here. It's jumping on another channel just to clickbait, and just talking about stuff. It's just nothing irrelevant. To what's going on within the YouTube community. It's just sad. The mental life and threatening people, bullying people, and just hating folk. Their mental life in that. You're talking about if you can't just see somebody getting on, try to raise some awareness. Sorry, my I can angry because there's something built in my eyes. Then that's sad. Everybody deserves a chance in life. And it's whether you're willing to be the biggest man, walk away, and just, just let them go on with it, then maybe you'd feel a wee bit better in your life, instead of sitting there watching people fucking stressing. And I don't know how half of them can do it, to be honest with you, man. I don't know. I watch it, not all the time, but now and again I watch it, and you've got this and shouting and bawling and calling this and that and this and this, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and it's like, what the fuck? You know, and why? What the fuck are you shouting and bawling? You're going to threaten to do this to something. You're shouting this over the internet on YouTube. You know what I mean? And you've got to look at these people who's doing this, right? They're all shouting, they're going to do this and they're going to do this. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Why are they doing it? You know what I mean? Why are they doing it? Because they know the police watch these channels. You know what I mean? And they wonder how, when they get the door chaps in and the police are standing at the door, they wonder why. What are you doing here? Well, wait a minute, man. You're on YouTube making threats. You're on YouTube doing this. You're on YouTube doing that. But you know what I mean? That's where it all needs to stop, man. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. You know what I mean? Because these are grown men. You know what I mean? Fucking grown men. You know, in their 40s and their 50s, whatever. And they're just targeting people for no reason. You know what I mean? For no reason at all. Maybe because they're getting more views or more clicks. You know what I mean? It's pathetic. You know what I mean? And see half the channels that's on YouTube now, right? They're not monetized. And you see the ones that are monetized, they're the ones that's causing all the fucking trouble and talking shit. Make fabrication of lies and trauma and misery, and everybody's paying for them. You know what I mean? So you are contributing to other people's miseries by getting these guys, buy me a coffee, buy me this and that. You know what I mean? These are finding it hard enough to live. You know what I mean? And it's no, it's sad. I get sent messages all the time, right? I get sent messages all the time about all different channels, right? And then when you go and look at them, right? It's all single mothers or young boys, you know what I mean? Or old men that's actually sitting, you know what I mean? Egging them on and shouting and bawling, and then giving them 99 pence or giving them this. What they wanting to charge people who they say they're trying to help to watch content that they're just working on fabricated fucking lies with. I didn't get that. I just didn't get that with people's health and mental health. It is stupid. And honestly, it is seriously silly. No, not like me sitting here wanting money. You know what I mean? To talk for none. That's why I didn't monetize the channel. Because I didn't go out there and try and cause misery or fucking mayhem in people's lives. You know what I mean? Or make bills and lies and stuff like that. I didn't make that about people. You know what I mean? I like to stay in my own wee zone and just continue what I'm doing. And as I say, follow the boxing and all that. Then come on, give me a comment and my verdict about that. You know what I mean? But you get people that come on and they're fucking shouting and bawling about this and that, and then you're getting people think it's great. They want to be part of the community. So they start subbing, like and sharing. Then they're giving them their maybe their last 99 pence, which could probably feed, I don't know. I mean, buying them a pint of milk, buying them a bottle of juice. But they'll sit and watch it and pay for people fucking bastard misery. I just don't get it. I just didn't get the YouTube world nowadays, man. It's just mental. It's just mental. But I suppose that's what the people want. They want to see entertainment. They want to see drama. I mean, instead of looking at reality, you know what I mean? These people are willing to pay to see other people's fucking misery getting destroyed. And it's sad. You know what I mean? It's really sad. It's just bonkers, man. It is bonkers. Anyway, having a nice wee coffee. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. But as I say, in the last couple of weeks I've been getting a wee bit more kind of looking into some cases and talking to people about certain cases and doing a wee bit more research within them. because I didn't forget things. I mean, I don't forget nothing. I'll logged up here, and as I say, I keep it in, and I'll start coming out with it throughout the journey of the channel. But it's a lazy Sunday, you know what I mean? You just chill, it's the Lord's Day, and with the Lord's Day, you relaxes on a Sunday, and you spend it with your family, and that's what you do. So, as I say, folks, what you've all been up to? Fine. I just went in a wee rumble here, I don't know why. I do that sometimes. I just like to go for a wee ramble and just get carried away with myself. Let's see. That's the way it goes. To be honest with you. But when you listen to half the comments or people's opinions on YouTube, half of them don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's just, are they fucking serious? You know what I mean? Do they actually take themselves serious? Surely they didn't believe it. Surely they're only doing it for entertainment. You know what I mean? Because half of them didn't go to the gym. Half of them didn't, you know. And half of them just sat about getting steaming and smoking fags and I don't know, doing what they're doing. But none of them seem to be doing anything. Or they'll go and do a wee 1 minute video. You know what I mean? Maybe lifting a barbell or whatever for a couple of minutes, fine. Then they'll do a wee quick shot. But when you always see them when they come on and do their lives, they're not doing nothing. You know what I mean? All they're doing is, I don't know, drinking water bottles and fucking talking shit and moaning about that shit and moaning about that. And is that what this fucking world coming nowadays, man? And people just sitting moaning about shit. And you know what I mean? It's just like, and you've not got a life or no. And sorry about mine, that is fucking sun skeltering in my eyes, man. It's there. But I'm in a weird mood today. It's just, I don't know what it is, money. I just woke up in a weird mood this morning, and it's just all day I've just been in this stupid mood. I mean, I think it's just with watching all the silly comments and all the daft argro on YouTube, and it's just like, is people fucking serious, man? You know what I mean? Sitting watching this crap, and how they can deal with the stress and the misery is beyond fucking me. To be honest with you, man, it's just unreal how they can deal with the stress and the misery. Because I couldn't, man. You know what I mean? Getting called all their names and getting targeted all the time, and you know what I mean? It's just sad. It's like these people not got a fucking life and can not got anything better to do with lives and run about like wee boys and make lies and other folks' lives and miseries just for their own pleasure and stuff like that. Is that what this fucking world's come to, man? Because if it is, that's just, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? If that's the way they all want to go nowadays, man, then they're better off just getting up at YouTube, man, and just fucking getting on with life. Because nobody's really interested, man. I think everybody's sick of hearing it, man, because it's just the same crap. And you know, I'm talking about same fucking crap, man. And there are more things in the world going on now, and everybody's interested in this fucking decca or, you know what I mean, this shit or that, and it's just like, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? But is it self-promotion? Or is it real? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Is it fucking real? You know what I mean? Because there've been all these call-outs and all these fucking, you know, and I feel that there've been a few of them that's actually happened, right? But that's, other fighters have got to look at what's going on YouTube now and go to themselves. That's fucking embarrassing, man. And you know what I'm talking about? That's embarrassing, man. That's no, you know what I mean? That's no a sport. You know what I mean? Because boxing been going around for years, man. You know what I mean? And you just get people that think that they've fought in the bare knuckle scene for a while that they're great. You know what I mean? And they can take it and open platforms up, and they're never going to be, and they're never going to, if they were going to do that, they would have done it when they were 20. No, in their 40s, you know what I mean? It's too late to be doing it now, man, you know what I mean? You got to start building big platforms. How you doing, Paul? You alright, Paul? What you been up to? What you been up to, man? You been busy? as I say, it's just sad, man. You know what I mean? That's like they're just when you're going to try to open like organisations like big BKB contenders or whether one 3D Fight Club or whatever. You know what I mean? Then you've got to put the hard graft in. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of contracts and big lawyer fees and stuff like that. It's got to come with it. Then you've got to have a certain amount of money in the bank to make sure that you've got your fighters paid. You know what I mean? Or you've got their wages. Because if you've no, then you've got a lot of fucking stress and anxiety after it. Because then you've got people wanting money for this and that. And that's how I kind of just sit back and watch it all. And I'm just like, well, fair play. If they can do it, let them get away with it. You know what I mean? Because they're giving people opportunities. You know what I mean? People, but then I look at it and I'm just like, is this just a money coin just for some? But then, would they be putting themselves on screen and making a cunt of themselves to what, earn a couple of pounds? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think these people generally want to open these big platforms in Britain. You know what I mean? Because in America, the BKB is fucking bouncing, man. You know what I mean? That's massive out there. You know what I mean? But they're quite rightly so, and not try to earn the UK. Because, as I said, there's a lot of homegrown talent in the UK that like to do the BKB and whatever. You know what I mean? And they didn't get recognised because they've got to go away. I don't know, to England or yes, overseas to get recognised within the boxing or the BKB system, and it's just sad. You know what I mean? But the rules and regulations are different up here. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to do it with certain things. You know what I mean? And there's no many promotions up here to get it done. You know what I mean? Well, that's it, Paul. See the end of the day, Paul. It's a Sunday. You know what I mean? The sun's fucking trying to go out. It's scalping my eyes, man. It's killing me. You know, talk about why no. If you're busy all week with the veins and doing stuff that you've got to do, then have a wee time to sit back and relax and enjoy and take it in, absorb it. I mean, because that's what life's all about, man. You know what I mean? It's no during the week, Monday to Friday. That's when the hustle goes. You go to rush. You know what I mean? At the weekend, you just sit back, relax, catch up on all the soaps or the whatever you're into, football. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or you take your Wayne away out for the day and just stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's good to hear, my man. And that's good to hear, pal. And what have you been up to anyway? You been anywhere special the last couple of weeks or stuff like that? Nah, just chilling out, working away. As I say, I've been through in Edinburgh for the last couple of weeks now, man. I mean, we've popping through there, catching up with an old pal and that, so it's good to get out and about and get the fresh air in about the lungs. And you see when you sit about the house, that's when my health, it's getting there, mate. It's getting there. I went to cardiology 2 weeks ago, and my heart's back to its normal size. It was inflamed a wee bit, but it's actually back to its normal size now. So touch wood. I mean, that because I was looking to put me up my heart medication. I can't remember on Strapo, Straton or something it's called. They were going to put me up on the heart medication, but they didn't. They decided to leave it at the way it was. I was meant to get a heart echo, a 24-hour monitor on my heart. And what else did I get put on? I got put on water tablets again. You know what I mean? So, but the cardiology came back, gave me a positive kind of response to what I was actually looking at. I was actually looking at negative. I was actually kind of screwed my head up a wee bit. People didn't really understand that. I mean, I was only I'm 42 now, so I was only 41 when I went through heart failure, and it was fucking terrible, man. It was sometimes when I sit and look at the videos, I just say to myself, sorry, I'm itching my nose, man. I'm fucking navy, right? Aye, sometimes when I look back at my video too, it's hard, you know what I mean? It's hard because you know where when the heart failure started kicking in, and I've been about mid. It'd have been last summer. The heart failure started kicking in. Oxygen levels started going down and down and down. Then, as I say, they had to drain 16 of fluid at me. And I think I was doing about 6 stone. Aye, 6 stone. I'm doing 6 stone with 30% oxygen levels. And I managed to get back up to 67 kilo, 67 kilo, 0.5 kilo within 9 months having heart failure. And my heart is fully repaired itself. And my lungs and my kidneys and my thyroid is all kind of basically sell out. So, aye, I've not really actually spoke about the heart failure, to be honest with you. Because I find when I speak about that, it's kind of takes it back to kind of bad memories, and it's maybe something I need to speak about actually, because it was serious. I mean, and it played a big part in my life, and how I managed to come back, I didn't understand it. But honest with you, the doctor's not going to really understand either why and how I managed to come back for it. Because my liver was sitting at 5.6. Well, my full organs, sorry, heart, liver, kidneys all joined together. That was actually sitting at 5.6, which is fucking bad, to be honest with you. And my oxygen levels are sitting at 30. And I'll say within 9 months, I managed to get my oxygen levels back up to 98. And heart, lungs, and that repaired itself. But that was really hard. That was mental. And I can't even really remember much of that, to be honest with you. And then I can't really remember much of that heart failure, man. That was a horrible time. That was due to my thyroid tablets, So if anybody's on thyroids, always take your thyroid tablet, didn't mock about your thyroid, man, because that's what kicked it up. My thyroid tablet and stress. And that was when all the trolling and all that stuff was going on. You know what I mean? I was just kind of depressed, and I was kind of no wanting to leave the house and all that, and it was just sad. You know what I mean? Then I was just smoking all the time, and the amount of fags I was going through was unreal, man. You know what I mean? I was fucking getting up and smoking 20 fags during the night. You know what I'm talking about? And it was just horrendous, man. I can't even see, honest, I can't really remember any of it, But Kirsty, she documented it on video, you know what I mean? But I've not had the kind of courage to actually sit and look at it, And that was just when he, as I say, all the stress and the trolls and everybody just, you know what I mean? So they didn't actually realise what the effects trolling does and how it affects your family and your children and that, Because my wee boy, he still continues to kind of make sure I'm alright and all that, And as I say, he'll not leave my side and that kind of stuff, right? Unless when we were together, you know what I mean? He'll always ask me, you alright? How you doing? And you know what I mean? Or if he sees me falling asleep and that, he'll kind of, you alright? You waking up? And, you know what I'm talking about? But thank God I'm not like that anymore, to be honest with you. That was a strange experience, man. That was really hard. Right? That was really, a really strange experience. When you actually sit and talk about that one day. Right? But and just as I say, I just jumped on to kind of give you my opinion about the fight. I did watched it there. I never watched it last night. I caught up with it this morning, and I think Joyce Taylor should have won it, to be honest with you. I think he got robbed by that defeat. I mean, that fight, sorry. I think he got robbed with that. And I think Joyce Taylor should have won that. Not a problem. Right? I think he was actually gutted and surprised at the end, you know. You seen it on his face. He was kind of devastated, to be honest, you know what I mean? But you would, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, if you feel robbed, it's just like football, and you know, talk about if you feel like you've been robbed in the day, then you will complain about it, you know what I mean? Alright, you're going to Spain? Where are you going? Where about Spain you going to? Spain is a lovely country, and fantastic country. I love Spain, man, and as I say, I was looking to actually get permanent residency in Spain, right? I'd move out to Spain in a heartbeat, you know what I mean? But I didn't know the ins and outs of actually getting the passport permission to actually go. You know what I mean? I don't know about going to the Spanish embassy or enough, but I'd love to go to Spain this time, man. Not a problem, Not a problem. Man's first holiday. Well, when Delton first went out of Spain, you know what I mean? He was only, 2 or 3 or something, and no, 3 was, I think. And as I say, he didn't really know what was happening. You know, talk about, because he was on the plane, he didn't really know what was happening that day, but the second time we went there, he was alright, and as I say, the third time we went back there, because that's the first time we've been back since COVID, he was alright in the way, yeah, but in the way back, he kind of got a fright, you know what I mean? But he's 8 now, you know what I mean? So, I think when you grow up, you know what I mean, you'll see it a lot more, you know what I mean? The kids will get scared getting in the plane and that, but the pilot actually came out and gave Declan his earmuffs and his pilot jacket and all that, and one of the guys went down and showed him about the plane and that, and made sure the engines were all right and stuff like that. So that was all right. But the guy did that. He didn't need to do that. Sorry for burping, hey, but I didn't need to do that. I mean, and when we went back onto the plane, basically, everybody started cheering there because, as I say, he got a fright. You know, when we were walking down the wee tunnel to go into the plane, he must have got to the door of the plane and he just kind of panicked up to say, oh shit, I'm going to fly here, and he just went into meltdown, you know what I mean? And it was sad, it was just a horrible thing to stand and see, you know what I mean? Just pure sad, and just the fear in his eyes and scaredness of going on the plane. But it was at night, it was at 9 o'clock at night, he was tired with the sun and all that kind of stuff, But as I say, the pilot jumped up, the wee guy, kind of directs the plane and all that, he kind of took him down, showed him the engines and stuff like that, and assured them that everything was going to be alright, you know what I mean? But as soon as we went onto the plane, everybody kind of started cheering and that, and yeah, I mean, gave him kind of wee pat in the back kind of thing to say you could do it, you'll be alright, you'll be safe. But you know what I mean? I think they should have a lot more on board for Wednesday to do things on the aeroplanes when they're out, when you know what I mean, when they're flying. You know what I mean? Like we kind of headsets, you know what I mean, so they can sit and watch cartoons and that. Instead of you having to supply your iPad or that, I think they should actually have it on board and built into the back of the seats. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? To try and take the weighing seats off it and that. But suppose that's what happens when you go flying. You know what I mean? You just got to do it, and you know what I mean? But my advice to that is always download stuff on your laptop or your iPad or your phone before you go. So, and always give them earmuffs. And see what you know earmuffs, you know what I mean? Headphones, sorry. Give them headphones for some of what it does, you know what I mean? It takes the sound away from the engines roaring and stuff like that. Because that's what really basically gives them the fright, you know what I mean? As the engines roaring and the plane shaking and that, I just go in there. I just think it's just like a train. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I mean, when I was in the jail and that, and I used to sit and watch like programs and that, about going abroad and all that, Oh, I'd never do that, right? But then when I did start going to Spain, you know what I mean? The first time I went there, don't get me wrong, man, fucking shit myself, right? It was just a case of getting dropped off at the airport, rushing towards the terminal, tickets, and the next minute on a plane, and I was in the sky. You know what I mean? I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? That's when I started fucking panicking. But it's not until you get there, then you're sitting in the fucking sky and you're like, oh, right, this is taking ages here. When's this plane landing? But then when you get off the plane, the heat just hits you, then you're stuck in a foreign country. and you're like fucking a rabbit in fucking headlights, man. You're just like, whoa, what if this? And you start panicking because you're like, what if this happens to me, what if that happens? Where did I go? It's crazy. That's just the experience of flying. Aye, man, I hope you enjoy it, man. And that's what life's all about, man. You know what I mean? Getting away. I mean, but if you notice, a lot of people are starting to stay at home and going to caravan parks, and instead of going abroad now. In Lanzarote, they're clamping down on tourists going to Lanzarote, and if they didn't spend a certain amount of money, you know what I mean, they're actually getting fucking billed for it, I mean, which is, and that sounds killing my eyes, I mean, which in my eyes is, that's not going to do any good for the tourist thing, for the simple fact is, a country's telling you that if you didn't spend so much money in their country, then, you know what I mean, what are they going to do, fine you? I mean, because I think that's what they were actually planning to do, was fine folk, and if they want to spend a certain amount of money in Spain. But I suppose it's their rules, isn't it? When you get into a different country, you've got to expect that. And you know what I'm talking about? It's just like when they come into our country, they've got to abide by our rules. You know what I'm talking about? But they come into our country with any money. You know what I mean? We've got to give them fucking thing to spend. But that's another subject. But anyway, folks, I just thought I'd come on and give my wee prediction and my wee view about the Decca and Robbie fight and Josh Taylor fight, and how both sports kind of define from each other. Bare knuckle boxing is a more serious and dangerous sport than boxing, to be honest with you. And fair play to them all. I mean, every man walked away safe, secure. But sometimes I just think it gets over dramatised a wee bit. You know what I mean? But if that's the way they want to do their channel, and that's the way they want to do things, then that's up to them. You know, we as people can only sit back and watch it and admire it. If it's for you, then fire in. If it's not for you, then don't watch it. You know what I mean? But all the tit for tat crap, and I think they need to stop that and start focusing on more how to promote it and how to do this and how to do that, and rather than slag each other and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm going to wrap up there because that sun's killing me, and I can barely see. So stay safe, stay blessed, and let's get talking on the next live coming up soon. Tenerife. My plan, just no. Oh, you're in bother there, Paul, man. And Tenerife. I've never been to Tenerife, Paul. I've never actually been to Tenerife. It's a place I'd like to go, to be honest with you. Tenerife. But as I say, mate, just enjoy your life. Just enjoy your life. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy your family, and just live it to the fullest. Just, you know what I mean? There's more to life. You know what I mean? Than sitting about doing nothing. And I know a lot of people just like to do that and expect to be rewarded with your attention or stuff like that when they didn't make an effort to even come and see you or stuff like that. So just keep it all positive, keep the negative people away from you, and just stay in your own lane, and you'll be brand new. Believe me. Okay, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all soon. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back on, what day is this, Sunday? I'll be back on Friday for an early live, and as I say, I'll only come on to give my opinion on the fights that's went on yesterday, and best of luck to them all in the future. As I say, this is a channel that likes to just kind of promote fighting in a sensible way. You know what I mean? Where it teaches you respect, discipline, and health and fitness. If you want to enter the BKB world, on you go. You're a bigger man than most, because it's a very, very dangerous sport. So as I say, I think they all done well and walking away. You know what I mean? And that's all you can do. stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll speak to you all soon.